Hi, my name's Pharaoh, and today I'm probably going to have a quite short stream here. I just want to kind of touch on a few things that I've noticed since I finished the expedition. I never actually hit complete on the expedition because I'm going to wait for this anomaly definition to hit 100. Partly because I'm running this on a separate save, so it doesn't really bother me that it's not complete. So I'm just going to wait it out. And it's nearly at 100. And then at the end of it, you're supposed to come back here for some reason. So I think it will give us some kind of sign off saying that the anomalies are no longer being targeted, which is kind of the background story of this expedition. But the other thing I wanted to quickly touch on was, as far as I could work out last time, you could only put one of these reward guns, the Deadeye guns, onto the top of the ship, and it turns out you can put more than one, which really is a major update because each of those has rapid fire capabilities. I don't even know if I've got room in here to actually get all of them rendered. Got one there, one there. Might have to take some stuff out, I think. Let's maybe take out... No, I'll take out that because that's part of the same build. If we take out... What can we take out? I guess we could sacrifice that for now. I can just approach the ship when I need to put stuff in there. Nearly everything else is coming from the build. Oh, I have got all three here. So at least taking one out allows me to move things around. So if we can put that there and that there. That there. That there. And that there. In fact, we don't need that. It's not letting me remove it. I guess that's because I've got that somewhere on the ship, perhaps? Is that a cyclotron? I didn't think it was. Either way, so they're all together now, and that's in a supercharged slot, so that will be a little bit better, I presume. And I might as well put that back in now, because I've got the space. So the thing I was noticing before was that it seemed that I could only put one in, and the reason that I could only put one in is because of the way... Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Because of the way they implemented this new part. It's based on having the resources for it. So we noticed that we couldn't delete it and it wouldn't go into our inventory. But, well, actually, let's look at the inventory before we do that. So, in my exosuit inventory at the moment, if I put that in there, we have some Starshield batteries and some thing. We've only got... Note, we've got 2 metal plating and we've got 2 Starshield batteries. But if I was to go in here and modify and then delete this... Oh no, that's not deleting it. Well, that's deleted it. Delete that and delete that. And apply the edits. Then instead of getting the parts, I'm actually getting the metal plating and the Starshield batteries back. And the solar panels that it takes. And if we go into build and we select that part, then you'll note on the right there it says Deadeye Cannon. As we go, if we zoom in a bit, there we go. Just under me, it says solar mirrors required, Starship battery, shield batteries required, and metal plating is required. So if we click on that, it says free available to build. And the reason there's only 3 available to build is because I've only got 6 solar mirrors. So now run out of solar mirrors. I can't build any more. And that's the only reason I couldn't build any more. Although 3 is the maximum you get for modules. So the rest would just be decoration anyway. If we apply edits, see if it's kept them in the same place roughly. Possibly not. No, it has. So we can have up to 3 for the modules, and the reason we're limited is purely because of the parts. So we go back to my exosuit. I've got no solar panels. I've got 2 star shield and 2 metal plating only. So that's why it wasn't letting me. And the same appears to apply in the normal save, because I went into my normal save and claimed it from the Quicksilver booth. What I turned off network. Oh, that's not the network, that's somebody's base. I went into my normal save and I was able to build 10. And I was thinking, oh, okay, we just have 10 that we can apply. But no, it was because I had loads of resources on my normal save. So I can build multiple on there just because I happen to have loads of solar mirrors, etc. So that explains that. And we can confirm also that this expedition absolutely doesn't like you trying to get ships. And you can tell because we get a different... for a start, it doesn't always let you actually select this guy. You try and go to him and he acts a little bit odd. And then you try to offer trade, that's fine. But offer lifeborn ship, you absolutely can't. You can go to negotiate price and it just says cannot purchase. And so we decided that in the last stream, but loads of people have confirmed it now. So it does seem to be the case that you can't claim crash ships, you can't claim sentinel ships, you can't buy ships from trade NPC traders, you can't buy anything in the stations on the ground. So it is deliberately designed to just build us a Corvette. But the other thing, I was trying to do the 2 terminal trick, which is a glitch. And the reason that wasn't working, it was entirely because you can't build 2 ships. So if I try and go into Corvette Workshop to build another ship, it won't let me. So again, that's part of the expedition. It just wants us to have the 1 ship only, which is quite interesting. So they've modded the game a little bit in this expedition to only allow 1 ship. The rewards are slightly modded in that they don't give you parts, like, for instance, any of the other parts here. So we don't ever get a Deadeye gun. See, I've got a phase beam array there, but I haven't got any other guns. And it's just quite interesting how they've done it. The other thing, because I started the expedition on the experimental save, I'm kind of stuck in experimental at the moment because I can't go back to normal and play this expedition. And this, the starfields back. I have a mod that stops those starfields, but that's broken now. So I think what's happening is they're trying to fix that problem where we seem to just clip something in space and they go spinning really, really fast. Cuts faster than I can do here. I think they're trying to fix that problem by messing around with the structure of the starfield and the debris. I reckon they've realised that the Corvettes are bigger and there are things in space all around where the ship would be, and all of the normal sized ships wouldn't hit them because of the way they're distributed as we're flying at pulsing, or as we're flying around in space. They're just distributed to not be there. But with a Corvette, they can be there, and it's hitting them and it's sending us into spins or causing us damage. So again, I have a feeling that they're doing different things at the moment in this experimental build. So it's kind of an epilogue to the thing. I'm going to wait until this community reward hits 100. It seemed to hit 96, I thought. Maybe it's corrected itself. I don't know. But it's now on 95, so that's not going to go anywhere for a little while. I would imagine it's going to take another couple of hours. I don't know. It seemed to go really, really fast up to 60 something in, say, the first day, and then it slowed down. So they may have adjusted it, or it could just be that there are less people playing the expedition on day 2 and etc. And they do sometimes tweak these things so they take a bit longer. And I feel like part of it is to try and encourage us to see each other so we can do the other one. So if we were all rushing through it and we completed it all with no community milestone, we wouldn't necessarily try out the hitchhiking one. And although it's not that important, 500 Quicksilver isn't to be sniffed at. And of course, Quicksilver is cross-save. So whatever you buy with Quicksilver in the anomaly on this save, you can then just claim for free in another save. So 500 Quicksilver there, and what was the actual 1,200 there. So that's 1,700 Quicksilver that we wouldn't otherwise have effectively on every save. So I've heard some people say, oh, that it just doesn't seem worth it. But to be honest, that for me means I don't have to do as many Quicksilver missions. So I'm really pleased that I will get that. Of course, the other thing is I'm hanging around at this station because I don't want to forget that it has these lovely looking ships, which I will try and claim once the expedition's over or in one of my other saves. Because this fighter is really, really gorgeous. And it's kind of my... It's kind of a ship style and colour that I've been looking for a long, long while. And in chrome, they're quite hard to spot. So it's that chrome with the blue that's rare. And it's possibly a tint of red, but that could be this space station. So I'll have to buy it and fly it into a snow-covered planet just to get a better idea of the exact colours. I always find snow planets are better for that. So while I'm waiting for that to complete, what I think I might do is throw some parts around on this ship, or maybe go and claim some more parts for this ship, because I haven't got many duplicates. I haven't got many things that would make it symmetrical. So I might go and get some more parts as well. Because at the moment, this is a box. And the reason it's a box is because I couldn't be bothered during the expedition to do anything with it. Can I move those back? Yeah, you can move them back. They've also been messing around a little bit with the way some of these things snap together. Let's delete that. Actually, we'll get everything off of the top. Let's see what parts we have. They're so large. I know we can kind of squeeze them in, but then we lose the space in the habitation if we squeeze them down a bit. We've only got one of those. I think it gave us one of a lot of things. Continue. Gave us two of those. We haven't got any of those. It only gave us one of those. One of those. One. I think we're going to have to go down to the planet and start getting a few spares. Gave us a few joints, which are always handy. And on this save, I noticed they, at one stage somewhere, they gave us the... Where was it? Maybe I haven't got it now, which would be annoying. Oh, there it is. The radar dome, which I haven't seen in normal at all. I've only seen it in experimental. So I was quite pleased to see it. Now, maybe when I do the expedition with my normal save later on, I may try and come back and get that and bring it back with me. Because that's a handy part that we don't seem to be able to get easily. I've just certainly never seen it. I don't know if it just comes out as rare. Store design for later. We'll leave it as it is. Right, let's go down to the planet and try and get a few more. We'll use the trick to get salvage. Which planet is it that has the salvage? So we got it on one of them, two of them. What's that? It's an unstable. And that's incandescent. Okay, we'll go to that one. Teffy XVI. So we use the freighter scan method. I've actually been there yet. Yes, I have. Cool. I was also getting some weird rendering issues here, but I think they're fixed on a download. Oh no, reload rather. Yeah, when I was turning around, the whole ship was disappearing. Which is obviously not doing anymore. I don't really want to look out of the window because we've got the star field and it'll just break up the stream. So without my mod to take those whiz lines away, I'm better off just letting it fly there. Otherwise, I'd be up on the roof. Right, so let's get nice and low. Derelict then. I don't know if I can be bothered to do it because it's not as good drops, but maybe different drops. Let's do it. Let's do the derelict. The hatch seems to be opening and closing better now with this build. Parked better. I'd really like to interact with this first just to make sure that everything's complete afterwards. I don't tend to read it because I've read it loads of times on other saves. Right, so we want terrain manipulator. Big. I'll probably just delete those. I haven't got any living ships on this save. And recycling is tedious. Right, let's see if we get any parts from this thing. No. Doesn't look like that's rendering properly. Usually you would have the whole of that background in blue. Like the other day I noticed the wheelbarrows in the harmonic camps were not rendering properly as well. So we've got heavy linkage. Yeah, I haven't really investigated the drop tables yet, but there could be rare drops and unrare drops. So it might be worth coming to these places separately. That's it. That's not going to do anything. Until I've confirmed it in the drop table, that's just speculation. Hi. Chicano Mike. The expedition was quite basic, but it was very good as an introduction to Corvettes if people are just walking into the game. So I thought it was a decent expedition. The Corvette update is growing on me. I was initially skeptical because I didn't think it was something that I ever really wanted. I know a lot of people did, so I don't begrudge it, but it wasn't one of my priorities. But the way they've implemented it, they've done it really, really well, and they've made them really worth having. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it overall. It's surprisingly high impact. It impacts so many things in the game. For instance, I was humming and hawing whether I ever wanted to do the abandoned saves. And then I started an abandoned save the other day, which I put a video of online yesterday evening. I think I put it actually online this morning. I shoved that online because some people are interested in how I play the harder settings, but I wouldn't even have bothered to play that mode, I don't think, if it wasn't for the fact that Corvettes would make my life easier doing it. So for very early gameplay, I think they're absolutely game-changing. But they're quite clever in that a new player wouldn't necessarily know and would ignore them for a while. So someone that's familiar with the game has like a shortcut into... Just let me focus a second. Someone that's very familiar with the game has a shortcut into getting really well progressed quite quickly. Well, I put something up there, obviously. There's one. Whereas somebody that's new to the game wouldn't necessarily know unless they were reading tips online. Unless it introduces us quite early on to the idea. I guess as soon as you... What's going on? Legal cargo, I don't really care. I've lost my train of thought there. Yeah, so I think it's a good update. I'm very pleased with it, even though it wasn't something I necessarily cared about until they brought it out. So we got a rock hopper and an ambassador hab. I like the ambassador habs. I mean, things like this are a game changer. Just being able to... That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to repeat what I just did. Being able to maintain our current flight path and then just stand and look for stuff. I'm coming on the outside because I've got stuff in the ship that would interrupt me trying to mark things. I'm going a bit fast here. There's one. So I can just search for stuff. without having to run around on the surface of the planet. And you also get to see a lot more of the planet. Yeah, it's a really nice feature. And it really changes the game. We were doing the other day, we were looking for caves, and so we were using the same feature to look for underground stuff. Don't know if this one's a bit too deep, or whether it's just my angle. Let's try different. Let's try that, because I know that's a better weapon at the moment. We were finding things like not got that angle right. Let's fly out, fly back. Curious deposits, for instance. I'm not a big fan of using the respawn of curious deposits, but I don't mind using them when I'm looking for them. And if I want some quick nanites, using this method of scanning for them while we're flying around, I don't feel this is quite as big an exploit. You're looking and searching, and you're not reusing the same ones over and over again. You're finding new ones, which is going to take a little while. It doesn't feel as cheesy, as it were. Or just searching for buildings without having to continually scan. Have I just fallen? Oh, it's just gone through the terrain. That's not right. I am an experimental, so it is doing some strange things at the moment. I think they're trying to mess with the collisions and test why they're having so many problems with Corvette collisions. Let's get up a little bit higher so that stops happening. At least above the landscape might be nice. Yeah, I mean, and we've all used, you say the, why isn't that working? I'm not on the screen. No, it did come up. Yeah, and we've all used that kind of method, and I've got nothing against it, but you know, when you can get thousands and thousands in one go, it just feels a little bit cheap. Obviously, in something like survival or permadeath, it's nowhere near as effective. It's almost not worth doing. So they've balanced it in the harder settings. But in normal, so that nanites become nothing if you just refine them all the time. Come on. I missed it again. Hi, Grabnaught. I jumped into the stream, Grabnaught, because I was having a look at the real reason why we couldn't build more than one of those guns on top of this ship. The reward one, what they call Dead Eye something. And it turned out it's because it uses resources. You build with resources and then delete with resources. A bit like an ordinary build part. So it wasn't that we only got one or we only had 10 available in a normal save. It was just that it was based on resources. I'll demonstrate it when we get back to the anomaly. And then I thought I would maybe do a bit of building with this while we're waiting for the community aspects to finish. I might as well play around with the ship. I don't want to stream for long because I've done so much streaming this week. I'm actually feeling quite exhausted from the whole streaming thing. They've broken my Starfield mod as well, which I think is because they're they're trying to fix the collisions. They're trying to work out what it is. So they've changed all the variable names and the structure. And I suspect what they're going to do is they're going to have different star fields for normal ships and different debris for normal ships and corvettes. So they've changed the structure in the game files. So I need to wait and see what the structure looks like and then change my mod. I have no time to do that yet. Another thing. I'm kind of intrigued as to whether there is a different drop. So let's go for it. Ouch. Forget I haven't got decent shields on this character. It's what happens when I play permadeath as well. I sometimes just forget, and then I find myself drifting to my death. Do you see I posted that abandoned mode video, Grubnaught? As I said in the video, I apologize if it puts anybody to sleep. I was very much in a let's stay calm mode, and my let's stay calm mode is even less excitable as a streamer. And as you can see, I don't get excitable. I'm not like a slightly screaming streamer. But when I was playing the abandoned mode, I was really keeping it down. Just trying to keep myself calm and not do anything stupid. And so I can imagine people falling asleep to it. Keep picking it up because I normally would. I just want to delete it. It's also a little bit, the rendering is a little bit off in this experimental branch. That rendering's wrong, but also I'm getting stutters occasionally. Another salvage frigate module. I wouldn't usually complain if it was a major save. Well, I must have been on repair then. There's another stutter there. I'm not getting any parts. And more stutter. I think it doesn't like that animation at the moment. It just causes a bit of a stutter occasionally. Destroy. Destroy. Come on, give me a part. No, 3 salvage frigate modules. Where did I park? They seem to have fixed the animations for the for this. This wasn't opening and shutting properly before. So that seems to be working again. Didn't seem to go into skydive though. Oh no, it did. Probably because I just did a melee jump. Another stutter. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a memory leak in this particular experimental, because it's like frame rate drops as well as when it's stuttering. It's maybe not managing the assets as well. It does happen in experimental branches. They're more interested in trying to work out what's going wrong. I think I might just miss one then. I might not have put it to show subscribers. It's really only a it's a bit of a specialist video for me. It's really just so that guys like you and Ignition that expressed an interest can have a look at it. So I might not have said, please notify my subscribers. I didn't want to make it completely private, or what's the other version? I can't remember what the other one's called. Unlisted. But I didn't want to bore everybody else with it, if you see what I mean. Anybody that's following me for any other reason. Like wondering why I still don't do build videos. So I keep getting comments on old build videos, and people say, oh, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. And I really need to go through all my old build videos, see what still works and doesn't. And also maybe refresh them, just go through those techniques and see, and we'll update them basically. I want to slow down a bit. Still going a bit fast, even though I slowed down. No, this is far too fast. And it's still going through the terrain. As I say, I think they've messed with the collisions a little bit because they're testing things. So instead of the maintain course kind of drifting you up and over the terrain, it just seems to be taking you straight through the terrain at the moment. Yeah, the pallet resize definitely still works because I use that. So good to hear other people are using it. It's a little known trick, but it really does help. What I think I might do with that one, if I ever get around to refreshing them, is I might do a worked example of, like, for instance, one of the things I was thinking of doing was building a building for all of our exocraft that was scaled to each exocraft, so that it's just an example that people can follow, but also demonstrates that works still. Can't get at this one. Might have to actually get out of my ship. That'd be awful. Yeah, I think that's hitting other things. Okay, let's get out of the ship. Actually, I'm probably better off just terrain manipulating, and if anything's in the way, it will just go out of the way. Could I just... I don't know why that killed a sentinel. Oh, it's because I used the neutron cannon, that's why. That doesn't seem to be recognizing that as a hit. I don't know what's going on there. No, doesn't want me to get that. Maybe it's something to do with a bit of terrain. Is it because I'm fighting? Or rather, not fighting. Got any cadmium. I have some on my ship. It didn't damage anything important. Are they actually going to come after me today? Will they fix those a bit? It looks like they might have done. At least they're coming towards me now. Yesterday that was a pain. See if we can get the heat off of me. Oh no, they're finding me really quickly now. So that's a good thing, because yesterday they were just not finding me. I was shooting them, they couldn't see me. What I don't know is anybody's worked out how to do a scale glitch on the building parts in the Corvette. I keep seeing builds that make it look like they might have done. It's not even gonna... I'm not even gonna stop searching, is it? So I can't test this. I'm gonna have to get in my ship, I think. But if they have done it, I've no idea how they're doing it, and they could just be save editing, of course. What would be interesting is if they put a disruption on there so you can't jump into your ship. Didn't get any interceptors either, did they? Yeah, I think we've got broken sentinels. It's not an unusual system. Yeah, I don't think anybody's worked out any obvious. I mean, if they have worked it out, I haven't worked it out. But I haven't really been playing with it. For instance, if we go to build a part, there doesn't seem to be all of the options. We can still cycle a part, so that gives us the potential for using a size glitch with adjacency. I haven't got the right parts in this save to really test it. Yeah, so maybe they're adjacency glitching for scale, which did used to work at one point. I don't know if it works at the moment, but I presume it does. I'm going to have to reload to get rid of this sentinel heat that's just not going away. Just checking to make sure they haven't updated the experimental branch again. Because this particular version of the file just seems to be a little bit glitchy. But I'm kind of committed. I can't go back to normal with this save. Cycle part button, do you mean what I was just doing? Maybe they fixed it because yeah, that's switching. One of those non-specific things. They're annoying. Especially if you're trying to glitch something, because you're not sure if your timing's out or what. Or if your macro's out if you're using macros. Oh, I just got out of my seat, didn't I? I might as well have a quick look around before I get back in my seat. Because there's one there. See, as soon as you try and scan and you've got anything that's interactable, it will go to that instead. So you're better off doing this trick in your normal save. You're better off having a specialist Corvette that doesn't have anything in it. Then you don't have to come out onto the back plate. Then you're not accidentally activating things. Or getting up on the roof. Which I seem to have messed up. I must have put something just above the roof. I think I moved my missile launchers. Inventory full. So we've maxed out the parts we can get for now. So let's take those back. I noticed it on my freighter. Hang on, let's put that. No, I can't put that on the screen. I can put it on the screen there. I noticed it on my freighter whenever I try and cycle from a freighter corridor. The option to do so doesn't appear. I wonder if they're... I mean, I can try that on mine. I wonder if they're a bit wary of that in certain planetary base parts as well. Maybe, yeah, maybe they're limiting it on certain things. I guess. Like I say, I've done so little building recently. I don't know. Right, let's use the autopilot and jump out of my seat so that I'm not getting the star field. I go to the space station. And look away. Can't wait to be able to have a look in the game files and correct this. They did change it subtly. They just changed the name of the folder structure from like something like I can't remember what the words are, but you can imagine it says something like Starship effects, and then they put a C on the front of it, which presumably was for the Corvette build, and so that's broke everything. But you could just replace it and get it all working again. But now I reckon they've totally changed the file structure so that Corvettes have got a different one. And so my mods don't even register as being valid. They just don't pop up. Because I'm trying to add in a folder that doesn't mean anything. This is such a nice quality of life update, being able to put these things in here. I was so pleased when they did this. This doesn't seem to be available yet. Unless they've added it since. So, where are the parts for that? Not very familiar with where things are yet, because I haven't played around with this much. Oh yeah, so there's cargo sphere and there's cargo pod round. There's none of those cargo boxes and a cargo capsule. They haven't got that box one at all. Whether there's just one of the ones that they decided not to implement, or they haven't implemented yet, haven't got the model for it, or maybe they want to use it later and they didn't realize it was in the drop table. But either way, it ain't usable. So I'll demonstrate this thing about the gun, because I haven't got the gun on there at the moment. You can see on the right-hand side, or just below me, it says solar mirror, star shield, battery, and metal plating. And if you don't have those resources, you can't build. So if I build 3, and I don't have enough for the 4th, and obviously when I was doing it yesterday, I only had enough for 1, so I just assumed we only got 1. That's open. Why didn't... Oh, it's because I have... This is my modify that I haven't messed around with. So let's see what parts we can get. And what we've got. We need some doubles. We've got loads of 1s. Move the things we don't want to use out of the way. Oh, actually, I do want to use that. Ambassador cockpit would be nice. I thought we could just build those. I'm surprised they've got parts for them as well. Actually, I want to test that today, see if they fixed that properly. Let's just chuck that on and test that. What space have I got underneath? Probably get rid of the reactors for now. Oh, they're my only reactors. I'd get rid of 1 reactor. No, that's not the way I'm going to test it. I'm going to test it by placing it here. Let's tag that somewhere else. What's that attaching to? Oh, okay. So, if we chuck that on the back. Oh, it's coming down. Will I walk straight through it is the first thing. No, I walk onto it, so they fixed that. But they haven't fixed the animation while we're standing on it. Unless that came down. No, it's not doing anything. And now I'm flying right through my shit. That's crazy. Yeah, this part is really causing them problems. It's not shutting. Let's try a reload. It could be because my inventory was full. You're right, because I didn't notice it until after. Didn't actually reload then, did I? It puts you outside the ship when you reload. But look, I've just got stuck in my model now. That could soft lock somebody. Nope, I'm still stuck. Where did it put me on this one? At least I'm in the ship on that one. But this is before I got back to the space station. But I got no choice because I got soft locked. This could very easily kill this save. So maybe I should back up the files. Bear with me while I quickly back the files up. Because if I back up there, I probably still have that, hopefully, I still have that autosave outside the station. Okay, well, it's not loading me outside, so that's a benefit. I'm thinking maybe I take... Probably because I put the other one there, isn't it? I'm thinking I take those things off just to make sure I don't get stuck. And then we'll do some building around it. I was going to look to see whether I had multiple parts of things. That's what I was doing, wasn't it? But I was also wanting to see if a reload would fix the Thunderbird. So we'll delete that. Put that there. And we wanted to put the ambassador cockpit on. I wonder if changing the cockpit confused the system. No reactor. Yeah. Let's put that one on somewhere. There's a safe place to put it underneath. That's probably safer. At least you can delete this now. Test it without a reload. Let's see, that's working this time. I think it's a little bit... I think some of these things are a little bit glitchy when you first install them. That wasn't working yesterday at all. You could just walk straight through the bottom part. So they're fixing that. This is probably still broken. If I harvest this, all four in the entire thing would disappear, as if I've harvested them all, but I haven't harvested them. They're still there, so it's kind of in between the two. It doesn't know whether it wants to do an auto harvest of everything or whether it wants to do one at a time. Okay, so that's almost fixed. All right, down to bare bones. Something interesting that we've been noticing is that on this side you can place those on snap points normally, but on this side it has multiple snap points, which allows us to manipulate how far things are back. So I've got a staircase there. I probably want to move that. So we can kind of move that around, up and down that line. I need to move it, not copy it. So it can be multiple positions as long as we use that part. Even that, I don't know if that's the same on the other side. Yeah, there's no flexibility on that one at all, but there was on the other side. I hope they don't fix that, because that really does help us with building. We can position things a bit more precisely. But of course they might fix it, because it will break the joins inside where the rooms join up. So if I was to position that, let's position that there won't be a door if I go inside. So you can't access that hab. So they might think, oh, okay, we'll have to fix that. Because somebody's bound to say, I can't access my hab, and send in a game file or a picture. And then they can say, well, it shouldn't be there. How did they get it there? I don't know if we move that. Move. Does it keep the parts inside? Well, I can't apply the edits, of course. Let's find out. Well, we need to put a reactor on it. Put that there. I need to put some kind of thruster on it. Side one will do. And we need to put some kind of weapon on it. No, I didn't think it would. But I just wanted to double check for myself. Seeing is believing, as they say. I think it just gives you the parts back as you move it. Just gives you the resources back. Test that actually, see how it works. So if we put the what's the best one? Put the living wall in. It hasn't given me the silver back from the other one. You've really got to fix these. They don't seem to realise that this can cause major problems with people that have got light sensitive disorders. So I wonder if it was in my refiner, not refiner. Oh, it was probably in this. Which, has that moved? It thinks I built it. So that's a bit of oh, it's because I haven't got the parts. Is it? No, it thinks I built it. But of course all the parts are in there probably. let's tidy up and then we can build some. I think I might have confused the system. What else did I need? Microprocessor, see if we can buy one. If it gives me the resources back, then it must have put them in the container, because it hasn't given me the resources back, has it? Like, if I can't build one now. Microprocessor, there we are. I wonder if fine, I keep doing that. I honestly think it thinks I've already built one of these. Actually, before I do that, where was it? Was it just here? Probably. I wonder if I push that back, it will suddenly come back here. Just gonna quickly experiment before I do that. Because if it thinks it's already there... No. Was it on the right-hand side? Because it could be something to do with the collision of the other room. No. It's just I don't understand why it's greyed out as if I can't have it. If I place it and then I delete it, it comes back. So it's just got out of step with itself. Oh dear. Now it's giving me the resources back. So it was here, wasn't it? Or was it in here? Anyway, now it's empty. I'll see if I got another ambassador hab. Thunderbird. Ambassador. I do. I like the ambassador more than the others. Doesn't seem to be a popular choice, but I love the alienness of it, like from Alien the movie. That's a bit more swept back. Still only got one of those. Still only got one of those. Which one do I like the most? So I'll go and try and trade for. Really, I like that one, the turbine one, but I haven't got any of those. And they start to get quite expensive to replace. That one's a lot more low profile. Speedbird cowling. I'd like to think that they'd make this a little bit less mean, but I don't think they have. That's the one I really like. Let's see how much that would cost. I don't really want those. Can't use that, so I could try that. Unlikely. Got one turbine cowling. I didn't think I had any. Unless that's upside down. Have I got ambassador at the moment? Looks like it. Maybe not. Don't need 3 of those. I want another one. Don't need that. And I want another one of those. Another one of those. There they are. So, turbine cowling. And I don't think they'll be very high. No, they're not. I think it's partly based on the price of the item. Unlike the bones, which always just seem to be quite random. And really giving this stuff away. But that's what I find slightly frustrating about the whole system. I don't mind the hunting for stuff. What I do find a little bit frustrating is the way that we have to burn so many things in order to build what we want. that was the right button. That's the button. Actually, no. I want a structural piece there. How many of those we got? 2. Bit chunky though. These are nicer. Only got 1 of those. 6. The way they merge with each other is a little bit disappointing. I wish we could... I know there are ways of doing this, but I wish we could just rotate them freely without glitching them. Looks a bit odd. Again, if they just kind of were aware that we might want to do these things, they could just make those just a little bit more smooth into... kind of merge them together better. Because that would be quite nice if they're merged. It's a little bit clumsy, unless we could put something on it. Like a weapon, maybe? I don't think they'll snap then. If that could fill the space, that would be okay. Like a wing-slung weapon. I don't think that kind of thing... Oh, it does. It looks better. We might be able to put something else on there then. That goes on the back, but does anything go on that side? No, it doesn't. Looks horrible. That looks wrong. Guess you can put them there. I probably want to swap them around a bit. They'll probably be better there. Do these pop on the end? No. It's a pity that this radiator doesn't have a snap point on it. Can you chuck these on the end? No. A little bit clumsy, but we might be able to tidy that up later. That's not the one we were using. What one were we using? That one? No, there's 4 of them. That should be all right. How did we get there again? 1, 2, 3. Now they're not going to. I don't have another one to test. Let's try the little one, see what that looks like. Looks a bit better, actually. What can we add on the back there? Why is that snapping there? I guess because you can put a weapon on the side. Yeah. I haven't got any heavy thrusters to test that. It's looking a bit messy at the moment. Can we tidy it up? Just let me merge it in there. Off of that. Maybe that's better than that. Why can't I put something on the back of this wing that looks good? Just the profile's wrong. I only got one of those. It's not as bad as I thought, actually. We don't need that there now. We don't need that there now. We haven't quite got that balanced. What oh no, it's because of that part. We got the non. Yeah. I don't think that's the same profile. No, it is. To be fair, the other one, but beggars can't be choosers, and I'm not going to go trading for it. That one, wasn't it? Okay, we just need something to make this bit here a bit less chunky. I don't think we can get anything in there. Maybe we can trick the system. No, these change. That's the trouble with these. Keep pressing the wrong button. And we want to flip it. Nope. That was almost okay then, but How would we smooth that out? Put that there a second. Something like that, or that would work. Oh, that looks all right. How did I get that there? Why is it not letting me put it there? Probably because of the part, isn't it? So I've got to build the structure again. No, wrong part. I haven't got enough of those. Only got 2 of those. Which one was it? That one? 4, yeah. Have I just moved that other part? I've only got 1. No, position. They go underneath. No, that looks horrible. So what is this part? It is the hard frame cowling. It's not quite right. Sticks up a bit. I quite like the overall shape of the wing. It's just it needs tidying. I wonder if we can put a weapon on it. Very frustrating. that sit in? No, it doesn't sit in deeper. Can only come to there. Maybe that wouldn't look too bad if we did that one. It doesn't even like it there. Test something. Why can't that go there? That would be all I needed. Oh, because I don't have one to build. So if it was pinched one from different on that side. So what I need is a Vesper diffuser. And that would tidy that up properly. Oh. Isn't that a basic part? No, but these are. Counts as hull plating. Is that the same? Oh, that works. Oh, is that the other one? Don't need them anyway. Yeah. Rotate that way. Can't see lighting wise, but it looks like it merges in okay. Yeah. I'm going to have to redo my, unless that will just sit on the front there. It will. It's not the right part, but I'm just using it to put this in. We definitely need something for the lighting. There are mods already available for lighting for this. want the smallest. That domed casing might be the thing for it. That seems to just go the wrong way round, as if it goes out here somewhere. I want it to go tuck in there, really. It would take a lot of scaffolding to get that into the right place. Well, maybe you can put it there and then... Okay, what's this one called? Fuel pod cover. My bet is that I'll be able to snap another one on this side. Even that's cleaner. So where am I doing that? I'm taking that off. I merged in there. Oops. Thought I bought enough. Oh, I put 2 in. I probably needed 3, didn't I? No, I thought I bought enough. Maybe it didn't. We don't necessarily need that there, but I did buy another one of those. That's better there. Or is it the same? It's just coming onto that little block there. Yeah, that's fine. That merge is okay. A little bit clumsy just here, but better than we've got it otherwise. We just need another one of these. Keep doing that. Make sure my inventory isn't full. That could have been a read. Yes, I think it might be. Oh no, I've got... No, this is Super Cruise. Of course, it should be going into the thing if my inventory's full. It should be going into there. But we can't do that. We might be able to do that. He's snapping there. And if that was there, and then we had another one in there, wouldn't need this necessarily. And that would merge in that side. Let's move these ones as a test. It doesn't look bad as 3. Let's take that out. think I'd want 4. Not going to go, is it? Oh, I've got it upside down. I want to slide it in, don't I? So that's flipping that one that way. Doesn't want to go in. Oh, no, I've still not got it the right way around. Let's have a look at it. Right, so we can see what we're doing there. So we want to flip it that way. Then we want to flip it that way. No, we don't. That way. And it won't go in. I'm going to have to force that in somehow. Probably because that's there. So if we take that out a second. Oh, I've copied it. Just delete it. Now I've got to work out the orientation again. So it's that way. That's it. Hey, that's better. Yeah. See if we can slide that in anywhere. No. And that one, we're using that one. We need to move that. Might need to try and do a quarter step trick of some kind. Where is it? Forgetting where it is now. No, that's no good. Just half along would do it. So we can see if we can move that one with the... Where's the part? Oh, cool. Turn that around. Ah! Not going to let me snap it, is it? Keep forgetting where all the parts are. Right, that'll do. Leave that there for now. And put that in there. Is that right? Much better. Hi, Alphys. I've got a little bit sidetracked just trying to, in the experimental, not experimental, in the expedition save, just messing around with my ship. And as soon as you go into build mode, you kind of, your brain just like starts ignoring everybody. So I'm sorry I didn't spot you coming in. Oh, and hi, Ignition. Sorry I didn't see you coming in either. Should make a flying pyramid, shouldn't I? I quite like the look of the way that that is merged into there. Don't know if I like the coloration, but I just presume we can change that. We gave it more of a bold color. Yeah, that works better. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. So the only thing we would need to do now is maybe chuck another one of those. I don't know if I've got another one. No, I haven't. I need about 4 of these, and I could put one in here. Hadn't we? That fits quite nice on there. So the front's looking okay. Sweeping is okay. I don't love these, but because it's a little bit, at least by not using one of those there, or one of the ones without that turbine there, at least you're not pretending there's a seamless thing, so you don't see the annoyance of the non-seamless thing. If that makes any sense to anybody other than me. This is fine. This is fine. And that's looking nice. The only thing I'm not happy with is this gap here. And if I could put one of those there, I think that would be it. I think that would be done. Let's see if we can repeat what we just did to put that. Oh, we need some more wings before we do that. So let's see if we can buy some more wings. So have I completely missed lots and lots? Your microprocessor was in the Corvette parts cache. How did they even get in there? Oh, maybe because it overflowed. Mainly it's just I miss people saying hello. So let me have a look. So it is. And I can't even easily get them out. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh, it's probably because I don't have space. Oh, they've broken this. We can get them out that way. So there's nothing there, not there, not there, not there, not there, not there. It's a bit clumsy. It shouldn't be there in the first place. Thanks for spotting that, Gravnaut, was it? Never have found them. I would have just completely blanked them because I was looking at parts only. Might need to go and sell some of these things. So much stuff is shoved in there. But I guess it was because they were all in parts that I had inside them. Inside the ship when I... Yeah, I was thinking about putting it back in storage, but that will just... that way madness lies, because then I'll accidentally delete the storage and we'll be back to square one. So let's get rid of a lot of these things. Well, you've had other things on your mind, Ignition. I can't imagine this was your highest priority. Hope you're feeling a bit better today. I hope things are slowly working out. Right, so what was it I was going to do? I was going to try and buy some of those wings. I need to make sure I've got the right name of the wing. Was it Acacia or something? Let's make sure it isn't just an ordinary, easy to buy thing. No, unfortunately, it isn't. Wing, isn't it? Yep. Which wing was it, though? Is it the Osprey? I think it must be, looking at those. I'm going to double check now. Don't want to buy the wrong thing. I like the look of that yellow solar that was just there. Osprey, okay. See, this is why I don't usually build on a stream, because I just get a bit focused. I think most builders do. Everybody calls it builder's hush. At least I speak about what I'm thinking about. Even if it doesn't make a lot of sense to everybody. Let's try giving that up. Oh, that's maybe too good. Don't really need another one, and that's probably too good too. But why is that unlikely? Oh, it's because it's a wing module. It's not actually a functional part. There's either really, really good stuff or stuff that's not that great. I don't want to get rid of any of these. Let's try. Let's see, that could be used. We might end up using that. We've got 2 of those. We haven't got 2 of those. Let's put that in. And we'll put that in. Still that bug there where it thinks you're pressing the button. Same as it was doing with the bones. I guess it'd be simpler to just... I'm not going to... Well, I want that for testing purposes, so I don't want to give that up. I don't really want it, but... Oh, just... Let's do a landing bay. Then we want another one. Wings... Osprey... I wanted 3 though, didn't I? %97 progress. That's going quite slow. It's probably not going to be done today, while I'm streaming at least. Modify. It's tucked in there, so we've got to get it back to here. So they're merged in one, isn't there? No, that's just a part. We want to get that back slightly from there. Put it there. It's not where we want it. It's not snapping onto there. What did we do? We put a hab on there, didn't we? And then we... No, that's not right. And it should be there. Then we want to put the duct in there. Then we'll be that. Put it there. Is that far enough back? No, that's... I need to put another one. Why did that other one work and this one hasn't? No, I haven't got it in the right place. Right. Focus this time. Get it right out of the way. Ah. Put it there. Hab Be that. Still going out too far, isn't it? Or is it? Maybe it's an optical illusion. No, that's correct. And we want to do the same over here if we can. Don't know if it'll let me just put a joint on there. No, we need it on that side. But it's this one, isn't it? No, it's that one. Keep hitting the wrong button. Right, that's there. I don't know where I want to put this yet, so not going to let me put it in there. No. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so it could be any one of these. So we'll copy that. I think I'd prefer it to be one of those. That's ironically, after all that, probably lined up normally instead of offset. Yeah, I lined it up normally again. I did the same mistake as last time. Let's just try that a second. Yeah, so I want it that way. Just goes to show, if you just say to yourself, I'm going to concentrate this time, it doesn't necessarily work. Which of those do I want? There? Or there? I think there. Just projecting out slightly. Yeah, I like that. Hang on. So we've got one there and one there. We don't need that one there. Maybe we had that there on the end. We didn't. Yes, we did. No, that's too far back. Well, what am I missing here? Oh, I've moved that now. I've deleted the wrong one. So I get rid of that. Put that there. And that there. That's lined up. Okay, so we're nearly done. So we just want to... I'm going to see if these go in later. Because I don't know if I want them now. After all, I bought all of those. I don't know if I even want them now. No, I'm copying it. I do seem to be losing them. I think it's because some of them are upside down. I think we've got the upside down thing going on. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. Because it will be something that other people run into. And Hello Games haven't fixed it yet. But you can fix it yourself. It's a little bit clumsy now. I don't think I'll use them anymore. Right, if we go have a quick look in our menu. Continue. Voyagers. Have I missed something? Let's have a quick look at chat while I'm breaking from my concentration. Good to hear things are crossing a major hurdle, Ignition. Probably been doing the expo in the last 10 days. Yeah, I would recommend doing it towards the end. Although I am an experimental, so some of the odd issues I'm getting, you may not get at all anyway. Ignition, thanks, Alpha's yes. Since Sean referred to Light No Fire, what's the latest speculations regarding its release date this year, December? I think next year, and I think they will try and release it not far from, but maybe not exactly the same as the 10th anniversary of No Man's Sky, because I feel like there's also going to be a 10th anniversary No Man's Sky celebration, and I don't think they'd want to put them together. It would make more sense to me if they did it after, so maybe released it towards October, November time, but I don't know. Once you build your Corvette, can you modify it to the extent of changing the core modules like habitation unit? Yeah, you can modify everything. You can strip it right down to nothing and start again. You can't get rid of it, but because even if I took all the parts away, except for, say, the landing pad, the landing thing, I could just say save until later and then come back and add things to it. Oh, yeah, so I was going to look at this. I've had a couple of problems here today where I've lost... it's not going to be demonstrated because I can't see an upside down one. See, I've lost somewhere along the line. I've lost a Vespa diffuser. I had 4. Now I've got 3. It's not tucked down there. But if, for example, you find that you've got something like the Super Cruise aerofoil, and you've got 2 there and 1 there, then it's because it's saved a flipped part. And you can actually see sometimes it's flipped, but not always, depending on the part. So the same thing can happen with these trims or these aerofoils. Build them all onto your ship. Doesn't matter where, as long as they're all the right way up. And then delete them all, and then they'll all stack properly. Right. So oh no, I've got 2 more here. That's why I was missing some. I'm thinking this is cleaner with just this sticking out the front. So I just need to replicate that here now. So I can get rid of that temporarily. I'm going to have to come right out because I need to put it here. You can get rid of a Corvette by trading the ship to an NPC, but it isn't possible in the expedition. Yeah, that's true. So I want to go back to that rock hopper, turn it around, put it there, put a hab there, copy that, and I can't remember, I think it was that one, so let's try that one. No, it wasn't. Oh, that's fine, that goes in there. Is that the same? Yes, it is the same. I think that's the ship. I don't know if I like that there, though. So maybe try and clean the top up somehow. What can we do to clean that up? We can... These are nicer, they're sleeker, so that can tuck in there. These can have merged parts in as well. Is that better there or there? I think there. Because then I might be able to slide that in there. Got to put that back. And then put something like that on the front of it. That's too far forward, I think. I really wish you could just shove these and just have them flipped and merged into each other. There might be a way, but I haven't seen it yet. Looks a bit heavy, like that, though. I mean, it is a heavy bird, but that feels very chunky on top. I haven't got another one. Oh, I have got another one of those. I'd like that bit further back. I'd like that just there. So maybe I'll have to do the half step again. We'll put it there for now. The half step is a lifesaver, though. Might be a little bit fiddly, but makes you much happier with your build. And I'm gonna. I would like to, but I don't think I'm going to have room for an access ladder. I'm at this rate. It doesn't look like the most welcoming roof either, so. Yeah. Now, will it let me? This is the $65,000 question. Is that what was the number of dollars it was the question for? Yeah, that will let me slide that in there. Excellent. That looks nice. 65,000, is it? Now, if we give this a nice contrasting color, so should have chosen a better lit space station, really, but I wanted to hang around here because I like the ship here and I want to remember. What have we got going? What did I just choose? I chose the teal. Not much goes with teal, that's the trouble. Green clashes. Grey and light blue. Yeah, it's not too bad. Might just choose that. Might have to go out into a better system and actually look at what this looks like. Ah! Ah! There's no back either. We're building this again. Put that out the way somewhere. That'll do. Where's my rock hopper gone? Have I left it in the build somewhere? It's disappeared. Not in the build at all. I've lost it. Oh no, there it is. It's going blind. I blame the lighting. I'm sticking to that story. Is it that one? Yep. All right. We're getting used to it now. It's not taking us quite so long. I'm not sure what complements the colours I've chosen there. Mm. $64,000 question. Okay. Yeah, frustration. We like the mandible type pieces on either side of the combat, giving it a very Sentinel vibe. Yeah, it does feel a little bit Sentinel, doesn't it? It's quite a dirty kind of brownish yellow. I don't know if I like the yellow. Purple could be quite a contrasting. Let's see what that looks like. So, I wonder if we could get a ladder into that bit there. Wrong part. It was the slightly rounded one, wasn't it? Where was it? Have I lost that part now? No. Right. It wasn't a rounded part at all. It's just got a rounded top to it. It kind of fits really nicely with that part. It's obviously designed to. Unusually. Right, so I want that colour. There, oops. I'm going to have to judge the colours when we get out here. And maybe make these a little bit more bright. Make this black. I already had that black, didn't I? Must have done. Right, we need to go somewhere where we've got better colours. So we can actually see what we're doing. What was that one again? That was that colour. Then we've probably got a piece under here that needs colouring. All right, let's get it out and see what it looks like. Unable to find it. No weapon systems. Okay. Where were they even going to go? No, we haven't got the solar mirrors now. Why haven't we got the solar mirrors now? All right, we're going to put one of those on. That would look a bit weird. It doesn't go under there, does it? I've only got one of those, so that'll have to be slung under one side. And we'll have to put a torpedo launcher under the other for now. Or module, what? Give me a clue. Which module are you objecting to? How annoying. I mean, I know this isn't connected, but it's not telling me it's not connected. Oh, no, it's that. Or is it? Yes, it is that. Doesn't like that then. Phase beam? Phase beam goes there. Okay, let's take this out. Trouble is I'm in a really terrible colour system, so I might have to warp somewhere. Whoa. Definitely hit something. This attempt to stop it from hitting things is not quite working. Let's just see what it looks like here. It's very much a chunky guy. That doesn't look black to me. I think that needs to change colour, that one. And I've got different colour wings at the moment. This is why I need better lighting. Yeah, and this purple and this colour isn't matching. That's clashing. But the design looks all right. It's just the colours, and I think the colours will even it up a bit. And possibly this bit here is a bit chunky. So maybe move those engines. Maybe move them up next to the other ones. Yeah, there might be a cold planet. Is there one here in this system? There was definitely one in the... Oh, that'll do. Good call, but I don't think I've been there. Right, I'm going to have to leave the cockpit. This is possibly going to pixelate the thing because the mod isn't working. So let's make sure we've got the right one selected first. So what I'm going to have to do is start pulsing, jump out of my cockpit, maintaining my direction. It's not going to let me. Just jump out of my cockpit. I apologise if that pixelated things. It might not have done because I do tend to stream slightly higher resolution just to try and stop those kinds of things happening. I'm almost thinking the entire wing section could be a bit higher. But that would mean rebuilding the entire wing section. But I was getting a bit quicker at it by the end. Yeah, I tried that as well. They're maintained on a key. It's like it will let you bind to this level of the menu, but it won't let you bind to this level of the menu. I guess because a lot of them are... I'm trying to do that just quickly. A lot of them are specific to planets, etc., so it doesn't want you to do it, but the maintain position one wouldn't be that bad. That's always there. Maybe there are some circumstances where you can't do that. Let's try it here now. Set it to 5. No, it's not letting me do it. Not letting me bind it. So I suppose you could bind it there, but... Right, so let's judge these colours first. This is a slightly washed out, ironically. Slightly washed out, frozen. Because it's not showing that purple up very well. So I kind of thinking if I move that wing, the whole wing section. Hang on, what have I got in there? I didn't do that on the other side in the end, did I? No. I think it looks cleaner like that. I did have this part in here because I had the swept forward part. So I'm going to take that out. Maintain current flight path is the one that we'd like to bind. Shouldn't matter if you're using a controller. Can't remember which ones of these would have been better for building in. So we'll just have to go with all of them one at a time, I think. I mean, I can quite happily switch to keyboard and that's my mouse, and then I can just go straight back to controller. It shouldn't matter. It's not going to be the best colours. discussing the mod not working, because I gave it to Beebs the other day and it's not working for him now, obviously. One for Corvettes. That's an awful colour there, but I wonder if it's relatively neutral. We worked out what was the problem was. We can install multiples. You weren't here earlier, were you, when I was discussing it? That's very dark in here. You can install as many as you want, and when you delete them, you get the parts back. I'll quickly show you, because I can demonstrate quite quickly what I mean. If I was going to build one now, see just below me here, it tells you what parts you need to build it, and then if you delete it, you get those parts back again. So you never get that part in your build menu, but you can build as many as you need. So we can have 3 of them in a single ship, which means that it could really rapid fire, because each one's +7 fire rate. So I'm really interested to test that out at some point. This is just dark. We need a we need to be able to put a workshop somewhere else so that we can use a planet. I think you're going to have to re-explain what you meant by everything after install multiple Deadeye cannons. When I originally set the hotkey, it looked like it didn't set, but then when trying it out, I went to the quick menu icon below it, and pressing F from there goes... well, F is up, isn't it? Well, is that up in that menu? Yeah, F is kind of select that action. Settlement Corvette workshop. That, yeah, that's what I think is. Well, no, you wouldn't. See, my theory is we need a new building part. It needs to look a bit like this, and it needs to be able to be positioned in a settlement wherever we want it, or in a set position above the central pillar, so that we can then just have a landing pad way above the whole of the settlement. And we can do the same in our bases. We can specify where we want it in our base, and then we can land well above our base and always teleport down to these things, and that would work fine. Give them time, they'll work out a solution. They've got other problems at the moment, like, for instance, people continually colliding with stuff in empty space, which is clearly what they're trying to work on. Because if that thing of, like, maintaining a flight path, if you go to a planet at the moment, you just go straight through all the rocks. So I think they're trying to pin down what the actual problem is by eliminating various things. This is a bit better. See, by the time you get here, it seems very dark again. It's like it's lovely and light over there. Light just there, not light in the middle. Is there any crazy chance in the performance of the Deadeye when multiple installed, but you still have to test that out? You see, okay, so you understand. So I kind of got the gist of it, even though... What was it? I want to take this part out. I want to make sure that part is definitely black, which it is. Black metallic is completely black, I think. Let's do this whole thing black. Oops. Maybe the edge wings in black. Well, we said this is unbalancing it, didn't we? So that needs to go... I wonder where that could go. I wonder if that could go up here somewhere. I bet it would have gone in there. Would help if I was moving it. Might go somewhere then. Where's that going? Under there. I wonder if I could have got it in there instead of that part. I reckon I probably could. That might be a nice place for it. I'm going to give it a go. See if I can put that back on there. Yes, I can. No, I can't. I want to put it there, in the middle of there and there. Darn it. Right, I'm gonna commit. We'll do that. We will move that. So that needs to slide back. And it works on this side. Can't I get that in there now? Oh, it's because I've run out of parts. I'm using the wrong ducting, aren't I? Yes. Right. And then move that. Oh, we haven't got it there now, so we want to find the wing. We can go in deep in there like that. Or it can go there. I'm not sure which is best. I think if you do it there, then you're kind of wasting a lot of the wing structure. If you do it there, though, is that line working? Yeah, that line's working. Okay. That doesn't look bad. See, I'm almost thinking, put that up there, put this whole wing structure up there, but it's going to take a lot of work to do that. But then it would feel more balanced because it would feel a bit more... Maybe change that to something smaller. And then move the whole thing up. Then it would feel... So hopefully we can just tag something on the side and not have to move everything. We can't. If we delete that... So, joint parts. If I come along the top, I can do both sides at once. So, leave that there. I don't think we need the middle one. We might need that one, so... deleted it. That goes in there. Goes in there. Delete that. And we're going to come across, because we've got the space now. Where did I? Okay, that's fine. Delete that. Delete that, delete that, delete that. Delete that and that. And that. Oh no. Ah! Darn it. What have I done? Deleted one too many pieces. And I bet I can't get a joint on here. Not that one. Is that valid? No. Delete that. I wonder if I can get the... No, that's not going to go on there. Darn it. That's annoying. Never mind. I was just trying to make a shortcut, and I've done part of it. But... So when you say it worked, I'm not sure. I already moved that or not. I've lost track what I'm doing now. Let me just see where that sits. If I was to put one there, it sits back a bit. Yeah, so we're off. Still, we haven't corrected yet. So there. Turn that around. Put that there. Put a hab in. Get rid of that. That there. I'm not sure if that's the right place. Why isn't it letting me? Oh, because I've got one somewhere else, have I? No, where have I got? Have I lost a part again? Have I... It's getting frustrating. Should have one, but I haven't got one. It's gone. Still losing parts. Unless I'm going blind, but I don't think I am. I didn't put an engine in there by mistake. No. Not two engines there. No. I'm just going to do that. If that doesn't work, I'll try it there. If it doesn't work, I'll try it there. It's not going to work. Did it put it in here upside down, perhaps? Yes, it did. So here's the example. Let's put it in there upside down. But I can't turn them upside down. Unless it somehow went into an upside down, connected to an upside down part. Makes no sense at all. I don't want to move this one, but I'm going to have to. No, I'm just going to have to buy another one. Or either that, or I start again moving that, which I think is going to be a lot easier. They do need much better lighting. It would only need to start when you hit this. If you just, as you did that, a light came on. That would be all we needed. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an offset back here somewhere, just so I'm not using them twice. And I'm going to leave it there. Now put the hab unit in. And then I'll move this back one. There we have. a nicely positioned one. Now we can delete that. Actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. Put one on top. And move the wing up. Put one on top. And move the wing up. Move the wing up. Now we want to that's that done. Then we want something we've got two of that does this. We haven't got two of those. So we're careful to flip that back over the right way just in case it causes problems. We got, how many of those have we got? We've got two of those, okay. Flip that. And then what else have we got? Two? Have we got two of these? Yes. Put it up there. Put that up there. Is it actually joined? Only just. There, definitely looks better. And we'll expose that part that we lost. I'd like to put one of those in there just to join it better. I'm going to have to put a piece of scaffolding in to do it, I think. Oh, I'm going to do it there. That was moved back a bit. It looks a bit weird with the engine there. What did that go? Oh, because it snapped onto that one. Okay, so we need to go pull this one backwards as well. Push one of those in there. Just coming together. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Almost this is not right now. Because it now kind of more, almost like this needs to project forward now. And that doesn't work. It's a bit blocky with this part though. It's not the ideal part. It's almost... Hang on. Select part. Put that there. Put that. Get rid of that. Sweep that right back here. Oops. Sweep that right back here. And then just put something in this gap. I wonder if that would sit on there. It would. I've only got one. It doesn't look quite right. Need something here though. Maybe that's where the guns go. Yeah, it's not too bad. Doesn't snap on there. Need to put something under there to do it, I think. Why can't I come through here? Still can't. Ah. So frustrating. I don't know what I think of that. No. It's very chunky if we put that there. Well, that was the problem, was people were going under the station floor just naturally, and then by going under the station floor, it wasn't letting them take off, or it was crashing them. Oh, you mean the actual player? Have the players glitch under? Either, i.e., our perspective. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that, but I'm not sure what else to put there. I could just leave it like that. And then sling the dead eyes under there, maybe. I haven't got the resources at the moment because it's somehow lost my solar mirrors. Or we just completely get rid of that and that and that and that and put something else. We could get one under there then. Might not look too bad. Just... yeah, that might work. And then we'll just tidy that bit up in a bit. So that like that. And then one of those under there. And flip it over and twist it round. And then just, oh, that's right. And that doesn't look too bad. If we change the colors, it will look a lot better. Ah. I have to work out what it is I'm doing that's making that happen so often. I'm obviously clicking the wrong button. I'm going to apply the edits. I know why. All modules must be connected. What? Oh, it's because of these. If I put that, oh, I can't move that. I'm going to apply the edit somehow, so I don't want to mess up. Right. So all we need now, it says all, is something to join that hab up with the front. And then I think I'm oops, got the wrong part. Then I think I'd be reasonably happy with this. If I could chuck that in there somehow. It's not going to let me put it there. Put that in there. Surely this should be a more flexible part. Will it let me put anything in there? Like something like that. No. Will it let me put one of those on there? No. Won't let me put that on there. Only there. Hmm. If I take that out, will that jump over again? Yes, it will. That's going into the hab. That limits our living space for the sake of what it looks like. Why is it going there and not on the front? It doesn't make sense. There's no logic to it. I bet it won't let me do that if that's there. No, it won't. Ah. want to put something like that in there, and I can't. Won't even let me put that on there. That's the best I can do. Not too bad. It's just refusing to let me finish this bloody thing. That's not too bad. Ah, just depends whether or not that's going too far into the hab. If it isn't, that would do it. It's coming a little bit into there. I could always cover that up with some decorative parts, I suppose. And besides, it would be the whole thing if I had 4 of those. So, don't know if I've got another one of these. No. All right, I'm going to finish that there, and then I'm going to get the parts later. I'm going to replicate that there. I'm going to put another one of those there, and that will be done. And obviously this won't be here. And I'll need to tidy up the back a bit. I'm not sure which is the best place. I think that's probably the best place, and then some kind of cover at the back. Maybe not that one, but something like it. I think that's done after that, and then just needs colouring again. Apply edits. Unable to finalise, no landing gear installed. That actually works out quite nicely if I can slide that under there. Come on, do what you're told. Because it makes sense of this area then. Right, have we got to the end? %98%. I can't help thinking it would need a whole other hour, and I'm getting a little bit builder blindness. Let's see how that thing looks on the inside. It's going to cover up this door, but that's fine because we could put. We've got one. Oh no, it isn't fine. It's the only door in here. We'd have to move this back. So we'll move that back to there, so the thing comes out here. That's fine. Then we'd have a entrance just here, and then we could cover this up with some kind of part, like storage or whatever. We come in here, and then we would just put something on the front of that to make it look like a decorative feature of some kind. Obviously, everything's not coloured right. That doesn't look too bad. It's a pity I couldn't get the landing gear under there. There might be a way of doing that. So it's like almost like a hubcap with that there just under here instead. I think it'd be too low anyway. Yeah, it would go below the floor, so that's probably why it wouldn't let me. I'm not making the entire build one half step upwards. I think that'll look reasonably clean. If you squint and pretend it's finished. think these, if that matches the color of that, then that, or black, then that projecting out looks quite nice. This coming in looks like some kind of intake for it, even though these are intakes, but I think it looks better with something projecting out the front. Not 100% happy with it, but then I'm never 100% happy with these things. Could put a gun under there so it's shooting forward. If the gun was low enough below the cockpit, I don't know if it would be. Which would make a little bit more sense of these sections. If you could, actually, if you could get that actually inside there, that would be really nice. So this was just projecting out the bottom. I think it might just cover up a bit too much though. We go along from this angle here. See, if we could build in this light, it'd be fine. Wouldn't be a problem at all. No, that would actually be all right. Would just come out the bottom okay. So maybe I'll try and find a way of getting that landing pad inside this section to make more sense of that section. Yeah, if we could just like build in the middle of space and move the sun around, we wouldn't have any problems at all. Yeah, it's not quite balanced at the moment. It's almost there, but it's not quite balanced. I'm going to finish that for the day. Well, thanks for sticking around and just watching me ramble about building. I'll probably, I thought this would be the final one of this particular expedition stream. Getting a nice ship built and waiting for this to go to 100, but this still hasn't gone to 100, so I was thinking once the expedition is complete, I would be able to go and get that, because there'd be no longer any stopping me getting an extra ship. I could get that, sell it, have enough money to maybe buy that fighter I like. That side's a bit blocky as well, but can't have everything. Oh, I saved recently, 1655. That could work. Sun for, I mean, the trouble is it's coloured sun, but it could work. So anyway, thanks for hanging around. I've been Pharaoh. I've been quite frustrated at times doing that, but it is quite enjoyable. It's quite interesting playing around with it. See you again soon. I might pop in once it's gone to 100. I might pop into a stream tomorrow morning just for like an hour or something. I might have sorted out that build by then. So I'll just say this is what I did in the end. And that will be that completely done. Cheerio, travel well, and goodbye for now.